Hello from Japan! This is JLab. In the last video, I explained the theory that maybe San can be Eboshi's biological daughter through Moro's relationships and actions. In this video, I'll be explaining more about Moro. Why she is protecting the forest. Does she really hate humans? Why is she so huge? And why can she speak? These questions can be answered through history of human culture. So let me start off with why she protects the forest. After about an hour into the movie, we see Ashitaka walking up in Moro's den and having a talk with Moro sitting on top of the den. And in this scene, we get to see where Moro's pack lives. But you will notice the den is a bit unnatural. The whole den is made out of old, enormous boulders. The floor, the walls, and the ceiling are all made with one flat boulder, and they're all leveled perfectly. Also, the walls are set at exactly the same angle. In this scene, you will be able to find out about this mysterious den. The rock used for the floor is longer than the ceiling, making it like a balcony. This is actually the remains of the megalithic civilization. On top of this, Ashitaka's village is located in Aomori Prefecture in north of Japan, which holds very few remains of megalithic faith. It is said that the Jomon people who lived in very olden Japan used to worship such large rocks and boulders as gods. So Ashitaka's village are descendants of the megalithic civilization. In the movie, it's not really explained. Using boulders with the same size and shape, Moro's den is not made naturally. It is a dwelling place for gods of megalithic civilization. What I mean by this is that Moro's den is a temple from ancient Japan. In ancient Japan, actual gods lived in those temples. Moro's tribe were always giant and able to talk. So ancient people worshipped them as gods. They were actual gods and had temples made for them. But there are no humans to come and worship Moro anymore. This is what the words "the forest is dying" means in the movie. Moro is said to be a guardian of the forest, but she is actually protecting the temple that the humans once built for her. She is actually a god that protects humans. So, does she really hate humans? She has a grudge against humans and is in a war with Eboshi. But, as I have just explained, Moro is protecting a temple that humans made, and she is a god that protects humans. Moro is the god of dogs. In the English dub, Moro is called a wolf, but in the original Japanese version, they are called mountain dogs. Dogs have been man's best friend for the longest time and are loyal partners. That is why Moro, though she knows that there are no humans that would worship her anymore, continues to protect the temple that humans have made for her. She is still waiting loyally. This is how you know that Moro doesn't actually hate humans. That is why she took in San. Moro is waiting and protecting the forest for humans to come to worship once again. But because nobody comes, she expresses this by saying that the forest is dead. So why can Moro talk? And why is she so big? Moro is a mountain dog, but can easily carry San on her back and roam around the forest. She is giant. The reason why her tribe is so big is because Japan used to be connected to a larger continent. But as the years progressed, Japan started to drift away and became an island. And some of the larger species were left separated on this island, Japan. And living on a small island, the animals gradually became smaller. So these enormous animals that got stranded on Japan are Moro and Okoto. You can easily tell that the other boars are much smaller than Okoto. It is also imaginable that the animals talking came from the culture of the continent and was lost when Japan became an island. This is a depiction of animals losing their land and culture to human destruction. The movie is set in the Muromachi period, which is from 1336 to 1575. So Moro is approximately 300 years old and Okoto is about 500 years old. So around the time these two characters were born, Japan started to learn how to farm and make iron from China, and less people believed that there were gods in the forest. Moro and Okoto probably don't really know well about the time their tribes were worshipped as gods. Maybe their parents or relatives taught them about the time when their tribes were worshipped. This is probably why the Boers lost faith in humans. As a result, they tried to go to Aomori, where Ashitaka's village is, to go to a place where people still believed in gods. Now, Moro thinks that humans will never worship her again. But there is a part of her that keeps her living in that temple humans once made for her. So, it's a pretty sad story. Humans stopped believing in forest gods and began to think that forest is only a tool. This made the gods lose their speech and made their bodies smaller and smaller. Now that we know about Moro's past, I want to move on to why Moro accepts Ashitaka. When Ashitaka is asleep in Moro's den, Moro is sitting on top of the roof of the den. She says, "I was hoping you'd cry out in your sleep. Then I would have bitten your head off to silence you." What she means by this is that she knows that Ashitaka has a curse on his right arm. And she too is cursed by the bullet that Eboshi shot into her. And both are dying. They are in a very similar state. They are both trying to stop themselves from becoming a demon, which is far more painful. It is easier to hate someone, to blame it on someone, and to become a demon. Although Ashitaka moans in agony, he didn't turn to hate and was holding it in, enduring the curse. Moro was probably thinking the same thing as Ashitaka, to endure the curse, to die alone without becoming a demon. Therefore, she probably thought Ashitaka worthy of her beloved daughter's son, because he is a man who can endure this horrendous curse. Moro says a lot of terrifying things, but she is actually a very important character that watches everyone and everything with calm eyes. I have talked about the sad history of the wolves, and in the next video will be the last part of the series. I will explain how Princess Mononoke and My Neighbor Totoro are actually related. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you again. Mata ne!